Assalamualaikum. My name is Farhana, and today my partner and I will be presenting to you about the movie entitled The Assistant.
Welcome. Have a seat. Whatever's going on, you can tell me. That's what I'm here for. Relatively new to the company.
I mean, I've been working here for nearly 2 months.
And you're under a lot of stress. First one in, last one out.
Good night.
You're smart. You have to be smart. It's a tough job, but I can see that you've got what it takes.
Maybe you can put in a good word for you.
No, he'll hire externally. Listen, his schedule has shifted to 7 p.m. work.
Still at the hotel, or?
Yes. What?
This is turkey. I said chicken.
There's a girl waiting.
Oh, her. She's been here before. A few times.
What is it?
The wife. Say he's in an important meeting.
No, say he's in screening.
Where is he?
What did you say to them? What did you say? They told me you were smart.
I overreacted.
It was not my place to question your decision. I will not let you down again.
You can always come to us, right? Come to us first, okay?
Never sit on the couch. Here and here, initial here, sign there.
Do I need a lawyer or something?
Do you have a lawyer?
I was worried for this girl. I mean, they were just like laughing about it.
Wasting my time.
Excited for you. It's a great opportunity.
What can we do?
Do about what?
So this movie was aired on the year 2019, and the main character was played by Julia Gardner, who played the character as Jane. So this movie is about Jane, a fresh graduate who just got her new job at a movie company, which is a very big company. She believes that it is a very good opportunity for her to work at that company, but she never thought that working on that company had evolved her into dealing with many obstacles in her life. So Jane's job was simple: to make coffee, order lunch, and arrange travel accommodation. Even though this movie only shows us a one-day working life of Jane at her office, but this movie had delivered a lot of messages about abuse of power, about corruption, and most importantly, about unfriendly working environment. So as Jane was doing her daily job at her office, she realized that there is something off about her boss. So she decided to go and meet Wilcock, a human resource, because she wanted to try to tell him about what happened and what she believed that had happened in the office. Because she believed what she had seen is wrong, and she need to take a stand for it, and she need to make things right. But Wilcock did not support her. What he said was, "You're new here, and you need to be silent. You need to just do your work and keep your ears shut, and do not mind others' business." That is what he said. He did not encourage her. He did not say positive things to her. All that Wilcock said to her was that she needed to go on with her work and be more appreciative on what opportunity that she had gained from working on that company.
What?
He wants you on the Los Angeles trip.
When?
Tonight.
Have fun.
Car leaves at 9. Wheels up at Teterboro at 11.
Alright, so that is the scene that we think that is the most important from this movie, where it indicates a lack of social interaction between colleagues. If you notice, the colleagues in the video is not friendly and did not even show an intention to talk to her. With this, I think it is more appropriate if the colleagues talk in a more friendlier way to her. By doing that, Jane will be more comfortable to start a small talk with her colleague and be more comfortable when talking to other people around the office. Why did I say do small talk? Because by starting a small talk with others, you will make others feel that you are friendly and that you are easy to be approached. So by making small talk, like talking about what you've eaten, what you've drank, what you've been doing last night, what did you do last summer, by doing all that, you will make people feel comfortable with you. You will make people want to talk more with you. Okay, so that is the most important thing. Do small talk in order for you to improve your social interaction with your colleagues. And by doing this, you will also be able to make your colleagues be more comfortable with you.
Dahlias?
Okay, so that is another scene that we think that is the most important in this movie. So that scene is the scene where we can see how Jane had to go to the office early in the morning before the sun even rises, and where she had to go back home later than everyone else. This is not appropriate for an office worker because it can develop a stress work situation for Jane. Okay, in order for her to live a normal life like other people, Jane should work according to the time schedule for her job scope. Let's say the time that she needs to go to the office is actually at 8 in the morning. So 8 in the morning is a time where she should be at the office, not earlier than that. Because you need sleep too. You need enough sleep. You need to have breakfast before going to the office. Not having breakfast at the office, because in order for you to work properly, you need to be energized properly, right? Another thing that we notice in this movie is that Jane did not do what she was paid to do. Okay, Jane is an assistant. If you're an assistant, you're meant to assist things that involves the office affairs, not the boss person's life. Okay, but in this movie we can see that there is a situation where Jane need to solve her boss personal life, so that is not what she is paid for. That is why the situation to improve this negative environment in the office is for Jane to do what she is paid to do. If the problem in the office does not involve the office affairs, then she should not do it.
Morning. His schedule? How's your weekend?
Amazing. Yours?
I was here.
You.
Is he in yet?
No, not till
Hey,
10.
man, look, we're all set for Friday, and you're on. Oh wow.
Who is it?
Oh my god.
Alright, so this scene shows us that there is a lack of support from the colleagues. This is not a good environment for Jane to be able to work at a place where she did not receive any support from her colleagues. We can see that in the movie, her colleagues did not show any support, where when she asked something, they did not respond. When she was washing dishes, other colleagues just put her cup there and just leave it there without washing it first. That is not showing a good support from a colleague. In the movie, we can see that there is two men who sit besides Jane in the office, and the two men is supposed to be colleagues that support her because they are the one that sits closest to her. But the two men did not show any support to her. Instead, they just instruct her to do things she is not supposed to do, like picking up the call from the boss's wife and throwing papers at her in order for her to do things. That is not appropriate, and that does not show a good support from colleagues. Instead of just the two men, other workers, other colleagues need to show good support for James too, because in the movie we can see that there is a situation where when Jane was asking questions like how's your day and everything else, the other colleagues does not even want to look at her face, maybe because they think she's just an assistant and it's not important for them to talk to her, so they just didn't respond and just like, oh, okay, but did not even look at her face, just look down and continue working. That is not appropriate, and that does not show good support from colleagues.
I'm at work. Yeah, of course I'm at the office.
What's going on?
No, I don't, nothing.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It was your father's birthday yesterday. He knows you're busy. Maybe call him tonight, though, if you get the chance.
I will. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was tomorrow.
Okay, so time with family is a time whereby we make time in order to make memories with our family members. Okay, so from the video that we have seen just now, it looks like it's a typical phone call between a daughter and a mother, right? So the daughter asks about her mother's well-being and the mother also asks about her daughter's well-being. But apparently, the daughter forgotten her father's birthday. So why we choose this scene is because that it shows how hardworking she is, how she was too overwhelmed with work that she forgot important dates such as her father's birthday. Okay, so we figure out the causes, and we think one of the causes is that she was too overloaded with work, with the unhealthy environment at workplace and too much work to do, loads of work. She did everything at her office, right? What the effect was, yes, she became forgetful. Alright, she looks like she is a family person, which means that she would never forget these important dates, especially her father's birthday. But apparently because of work stress, she became forgetful. So what she can do to overcome this is, firstly, she can make reminders, take notes, create reminders for important dates, and she could also try to cope with her stress by managing her time very well, dividing her time in workplace, me time, and family time. Okay, so that it will be more organized and it will not affect her emotional.
I'm surely not. Let me get in touch with the bank. Yeah, it's. I mean, you have your personal cards, right?
That's not the point. You're not listening.
I really think that this is a misunderstanding.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, I am. I'm trying to help.
Why is he doing this to me? Why?
I really don't.
Okay, so the next issue is the interruption of boss' personal life with hers. Okay, so in this video, it shows unprofessionalism. So, but first, let's start with professionalism. What is professionalism? Professionalism is the way you brought up yourself, the way you present yourself, how your attitude is, how you behave, and how you communicate with others. Okay, so this video, it shows that the wife calls the office to ask about her husband's whereabouts, which is the boss' whereabouts. Okay, that is very so unprofessional, because the boss apparently has bring his personal matters to the office. Okay, so the act just give himself a bad impression from the workers. Okay, so the workers are laughing behind his back, the workers are saying bad things about him because he brings up his personal matters to office. Okay, so what the boss can do is that he can differentiate between personal matters and his work matters. Okay, so he should not bring his personal matters to work because that gives him a bad impression.
Okay, so for the last issue is about manners. Manners slash attitudes slash behavior is how a person responds to someone. Okay, how he or she acts, how he or she uttered words, or how he or she make facial expressions and body gestures. Okay, alright, so from this video we can see that the secretary is trying to make a small talk, which is one of the informal communication. Okay, so she tried to use the strategies in starting a small talk, which is to find a common ground, whereby she asks, how's your weekend? And she also make appropriate facial gestures by making eye contact, try to making eye contact, and a good body gestures. Okay, but apparently none of them worked out. Her colleague didn't reply, didn't give feedback as what they should be replying. Okay, so she's trying to be friendly, we can see that, right? Yes, she would know that she will not get any good answers, good feedback, or any feedback from her colleague, but she insisted, she tried to ask, she tried to initiate the conversation, but unfortunately none of them worked out as well. Okay, so at the end of this movie we can see that she's already fed up with everything. Her colleagues, she's fed up with her boss, she's fed up with the workplace, she's fed up with the environment of the workplace. Okay, so she's like she realized that she only had their own self. Alright, okay, and what are the recommendations that could be done to overcome this issue is that the colleagues themselves, they should reply how they need to, even though they are, if they are in different positions, even they are from the lower rank or the upper rank. So the recommendation to improve or to overcome this issue is that the colleagues themselves, they should also apply the same technique to speak with the assistant who asked them. Okay, they should have responded clearly, they should have responded in a good way, they should have responded in a mannerly way. Alright, and even though if they are in different position, we could also be kind to each other, right? Okay, so the colleagues themselves need to practice, need to know, need to be aware of this informal communications, so that if there's anything's up, we wanted to ask help from the assistant, we could easily ask and they would easily wanted to help us. Okay, so in conclusion, based on this movie, what we can conclude is that we need to be ready, we need to be prepared to face challenges. Okay, not only the 6 challenges that we have presented just now, but also other challenges that might have followed as well. Okay, so we need to be ready physically and mentally, and maybe we could also practice how to portray a professional image, okay, at the workplace. So we should not include personal matters at the workplace. Okay, so other than that, we could also improve our speaking skills, our communication skills between one another, between one to one, or one to group, or group to one. Okay, so we need to get used to it first. We could also study it first, like the ways to start a small talk, how to talk with your boss, and how to talk with your colleague. Okay, alright, and lastly, we could also provide, okay, so lastly, we could also divide our time equally. Okay, so we need to be do. So lastly, we could also Lastly, we could also divide our time wisely. So we need to discipline ourselves to do what we're only paid for. Okay, and we also need to divide the times, whereby work time, we need to divide the family time and also me time. Okay, so this is very crucial, this is very important in order to create a healthy workplace environment and also a productive you. Okay, so you need to have your family time, you need to have your own time, you need to divide themselves into the categories so that you are able to focus on your work when it's work time, and you'll be focused, you'll be and you will also be able you also will be able to focus on your family when it's family time. Alright? Okay, I think that's all from us. Thank you. Also will be able to focus on your family when it's family time. Alright? Okay, I think that's all from us. Thank you.